All right. Hi, everyone. I am not there today because I got the second vaccine yesterday, and I'm not feeling that great. Several teachers got the vaccine yesterday, the second one, and that's the bad one. So you might have a few teachers out today. So enjoy. Happy Friday. If you hear weird noises, it's my cat, Momo. She refuses to not sit on top of the computer. Um, she's very jealous that I'm talking to someone else. So if you hear weird noises, that's her purring and complaining. So today we are going to start writing the essay. We've done a lot of brainstorming. Yesterday we reviewed the requirements for the essay. We talked about multiple reasons why different characters and things could be to blame. And now it's time for you guys to start writing down your ideas. So you're going to need your essay planner, the packet, the paper packet, or open up the digital version from our classroom. Show you how to get there. I think you guys know, but let me just double check with you. So at the top of our page, open this up, open this up. Wow. Just to review with you guys, you must pick one of these options here. These all have two people or two elements. This is for a reason, because your first body paragraph is going to be your counter argument, but the second and the third are going to be these two things. So you need to have two. If you want to come up with something other than what's listed here, just let me know. That is fine. But I think that these are some really good options. I mean, I can make arguments for all of these. So there is no wrong answer. Pick which one you think you can argue the best. Just some reminders. I want you guys to double, triple, and quadruple check the rubric and the outline as you write to keep yourself on track and make sure that you don't forget things. So if you weren't here when we did this, here are some images to kind of keep you updated on what the expectations are. These are the 6 things that I'm grading you on. You will get 6 different scores for the final draft of the essay. These are the categories. These are the grade, like progression, essentially. Exceeding would be an A to an A plus. Everyone wants to be in the meeting expectations, which is a B to an A minus. And then approaching would be a C to a D. Emerging would be a D to an E. We talked about all of these things. And if you are not here, please just pause the video and take a look at all of this stuff. We've highlighted the most important things and we've written notes to kind of translate what is going on here. If you were here, use this as a reminder. Here's another reminder of the outline that we annotated in our notebook. This is the order and everything that you need to have in your essay. Do not think that you can just switch this up. You cannot just put your third body paragraph first and your introduction second, and then your counter argument at the end. It needs to be in this exact order. That's why we wrote it that way. Pay attention to the things that we highlighted and the little notes that we made. I think that the most important thing that we could talk about is these shapes at the bottom. If this will go away. The upside down triangle, that represents our introduction paragraph where we start broad and we get more and more specific, getting to our thesis statement. Then our conclusion is inverted, it's flipped. So it is a right side up triangle. We restate our very specific thesis, we review our main points, and then we end on a very broad final thought. I like to use those shapes. I think it's good to visualize our essay, and I think those are good reminders. Okay. So let's check here. I want you guys to make sure that you're using the ideas from the Jamboard and page 2 to help you write your thesis and your counter argument, if you get to your counter argument today. But next week, I'll be looking to see your work on all of the first 7 pages of the packet. Your final essay is due tentatively Sunday, March 21st. So that's not this Sunday, it's next Sunday. But, you know, I change my mind a lot. I think you guys should know that by now. Like, I just have a hard time committing to plans. So this is our tentative due date. It will not be any sooner than that. If I move it, it will be later. But I'm not going to say if I'm going to move it or keep it there. Just plan on Sunday, March 21st. That's when your final draft is due. Let's start talking about some things. So first of all, just want to remind you, you guys already had a lot of time to fill out this page, you should just have notes for why each of these characters or things or people could be to blame for their deaths. If you were struggling with this, you haven't done it yet, go to our Jamboard from yesterday. The link is in our classroom, and use those ideas. It's important that you not only have a strong claim about who or what you think is ultimately responsible, you also need to have a counter argument. So you need to understand all the angles for different characters. This is why this page exists. I'm going to make it pretty clear that the pages in this packet are there for a reason. Nothing is just there to be there. Everything is important. Everything is purposeful. So I'd like you guys to complete every single page of this planner or the packet if you have it on paper. So this next page that I want you guys to work on, you might have started already. This is basically just to get your ideas out. What's your claim? Who do you think is responsible? What is the first thing and the second thing? In case you forgot, I want to show you guys what I mean by the examples. So an example in your actual body paragraph, this is a brainstorming page, but it's good to get like very clear ideas out. So you might want to find the actual lines from the play that you're going to cite in your body paragraphs. You need one line cited per body paragraph. So it's a good time now, while we have time, to go through the play, go through the book, go through the PDF, take a look at the test. Use all of your resources to find lines that you think support your argument. And this is how you format your quotes. When we did our Kahoot today, our MLA formatting was tricky. And I want you guys to make sure that you're doing it like this. So the quote is in quotation marks. The parenthetical citation, that's a fancy word for what's happening here. Shakespeare is the author, so we put his name, comma. Then we're going to say the act and scene. So this line would be from Act 1, Scene 5. If it's Act 3, Scene 2, it would be 3.2. If it's Act 5, Scene 3, it would be 5.3, and so on. Then we put the line numbers, ending parentheses, and the period. The period is so important because it shows that it's not only the end of just the quote, but also your whole sentence that has the quote in it. Okay, so you have your lines, you've cited them correctly, and then in the explanation part of your paragraph, you're going to basically tell us how this line supports your claim. Why did you pick this specific line from the play, and how does it contribute to who you think is responsible for their deaths? How does this line show that? Okay. Moving on to the next page of the packet, argument essay thesis equations. This is super important. As I was stressing, your thesis statement is the most important sentence of your whole essay. If you do not have a strong thesis statement, you will not have a strong paper. Please do not breeze past the directions at the top of all these pages. Read them. They're very good information. Basically, I'll just read this part to you. Let's see if I can read it. Your thesis statement should be a blueprint for your essay. It should state what your argument is about and what you are arguing. The thesis should be just one sentence. You're writing an essay about who or what is ultimately responsible for Romeo and Juliet's deaths. This is what your argument is about. The people, things responsible for Romeo and Juliet's deaths are what you are arguing. So I like that they've split this into two boxes. What your argument is about, you would write in this one. And I would just put them, either one of these. You can sample different thesis equations and pick which one you like. These are for your brainstorming. But you need to fill out at least one of these rows. Who or what is to blame for Romeo and Juliet's deaths? You would put your answer here and then be very specific in this box. This is what we're arguing about, and this is what we are arguing. Put those together and you come up with a thesis. On the back of that page, this could not be any easier, you guys. All you have to do is fill in the blanks here. If you want to do a basic thesis, it's still strong, it's just a bit more simple. You would put something like the untimely deaths of Romeo and Juliet are caused by blank and blank. Those two things that you've decided on, go there, done. Thesis statement written. You could do blank and blank are ultimately responsible for Romeo and Juliet's untimely deaths. Good. Good to go. Write your thesis statement in this box. If you want to do one that's more extended, it could sound like Even though Romeo and Juliet committed suicide, their untimely deaths are ultimately caused by blank and blank. Where while Romeo and Juliet physically committed the acts that ended their own lives, blank and blank should be blamed for their deaths. This is an extended version of the thesis because it uses a more complex sentence structure. It sounds a little bit more interesting, and it just kind of brings in some more details of the writing prompt. So whatever thesis that you're going to use, you're going to write it in this box or type it into the box if you're using the online copy. Now we're going to move on to our introduction paragraph. Okay. On Monday, you guys need to have your introduction paragraph written. So we're going back. This is the online version, thesis statement. On this page, it says your introduction paragraph should include the following: a hook, not a question, background information on the play, and a thesis statement or a claim. Remember, we took notes on your outline about what all of these things are. If you forget what a hook is, go back to this picture. Wow, we actually took notes about all of these things. What is the background information? A 1 to 2 sentence summary of the play. All of these details, there was a whole point for us to do that. Use that image if you need it. It says, imagine your introduction paragraph as an upside down triangle. You want to start your paragraph with a broad statement as your hook and end it very specifically with a clear thesis statement. Type in the boxes below to shape your introduction. If you have the paper one, you're just going to write in these boxes. So, obviously this is the upside down triangle. We're starting broad and we get more specific. Broad hook, sentence connecting the hook to the play, introduce the play and the author, briefly summarize the main events of the play, and then tell me what your thesis is. And then you're going to combine it all into one paragraph. When you're done with the introduction, if you still have time left in class or if you just would like to continue working at home, please just work through this packet. It's all in order for you. I will be going through and kind of giving you guys some pointers and tutorials on how to do each page, but if you are an independent worker and you want to just go for it, go for it. But that's basically all we need to do. On Monday, I will be checking up to the introduction paragraph of the packet. If you guys have any questions, send me an email and I will do my best to get back to you. And I hope you guys have a good weekend and work hard and then relax when you get home. Bye.